Hey friends, Metapod here, and today I'm playing Connecting! This game is really awesome. I downloaded it, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and I played through it like once or twice, and I knew I wanted to make a video about it, so I didn't play through it any more than that. This game is, I guess you'd call it a text messaging simulator. It's not a simulation game. It's more like a choose-your-own-adventure, like miniature visual novel type game. The story of the game is, I think you're at the airport, and you're about to head home to where your girlfriend, I think it's your girlfriend or your wife is or something, and you just came from a trip where part of it involved meeting up with an old female acquaintance, maybe even your ex-girlfriend. We'll figure it out when we play. And depending on the choices you make, the conversation with your girlfriend goes a little differently. But not only that, the game kind of retroactively writes itself so that through the context of your text message conversation, you kind of figure out what happened when you were with this other girl. And so depending on your choices, not only does the interaction between you and your girlfriend change, but the actual backstory to the game changes as well. It's a really cool idea. This was probably made for a game jam or something like that, so I feel like it's a little underdeveloped, like there could be more content to it. Or maybe I just haven't discovered it all yet. I've spent like 2.5 minutes talking about it already. Oh no, like 1.5 minutes. One of those minutes I'm gonna cut out because I said some stupid stuff. So before I even hit 2 minutes, let's just go ahead and jump into the game and you'll see what I'm talking about. So we're gonna start game. Bling! And Sam, this is your girlfriend, and she sends you a text message while you're here waiting, and she says, "Hey," and then you can choose one of these two different things. That's the entire gameplay. It says type message, but you can't type the message. This is you typing the message. So you can say, "Hey," or "Hey." So let's say, "Hey." And then you'll get a text message back after a little bit, and then that's the game. And the rest of it is just discovering the story and playing over and over to figure out these different paths you can take. So let's take a couple paths. I'm not going to try and get everything in this game because I want you to go download it and play it for yourself because it's really cool. And I will definitely put a link in the description like I always do for every game. So, okay. This is Sam. "What are you up to, sexy?" "I'm waiting in Heathrow for 3 hours, so nothing." Or, "Just thinking of you kind of being up to something." Let's just pick all the like perverted sounded things. "Depends how actively you're thinking of me." "I wanna spank the shit out of you." What? Actively, like sexy actively? Is it a spank thing? "Holy shit, you are terrible at flirting." Shut up, Sam. "The greatest artists are never appreciated in their lifetime." Oh, man. "So, babe," it just changes the subject. "So, babe, what are you getting me for my birthday?" A pony. "Finally, you're taking hints, so how was last night?" Oh, I'd rather not talk about it, to be honest. "How come?" "No reason." I just feel like there's something you're not telling me." "There's nothing I'm not telling you." "Okay, you just seem defensive." "Sorry, can we talk about something else?" Okay. What's the doing there?" "I'm trying to be a dick." "You just seem really keen to not talk about what happened last night, and it makes me think something happened." "It was just a boring evening of catching up, babe. Old Joe has nothing to share." I guess I'm Joe. Even though I... Wow, stop calling yourself Old Joe. That's not your name or anything like it. See you at the airport, jerk X. Between the time it takes you to write each message and waiting for Sam to respond, you barely notice that 3 hours have passed. Like 3 minutes have passed. But I guess we assumed that she was taking much longer to respond, and then I was actually having to type all those things, and maybe I was like playing Flappy Bird. No, I was playing Mustache Ride, between texts. So I had to wait until I got a good score before I could text her again. It's time to board, and the passengers around you begin to stand up and queue with their tickets. You put your phone in your coat pocket as you join the line. Funny story, I guess. This word here, queue, I used to have no idea how that was pronounced. Like, I always saw it written, but I never heard it said aloud, especially, well, my nose is really itchy. You would see things like downloads being queued or whatever, so I saw it on the computer all the time, the word queue, even as like a kid. Well, we didn't really have internet until like mid-90s, so as an older kid, young teenager, I guess, is when I first saw the word queue. Maybe even a little later than that. Anyway, so this word queue, I had no idea what it was, and it wasn't until college when like I had to say it aloud in front of one of my friends who is, I was gonna say arguably, but most definitely the most intelligent person I've ever met. And he's kind of rude when you don't know something he does. But I absolutely love him to death. I kind of lost touch with him, though. Anyway, let's talk about the word Q. So I had to say it in front of him, and I was so embarrassed because I knew I was not going to say it right. And this whole time, I always saw it, and I was like, thought it was like Kiwi, and I knew that wasn't right, and I was just like, Kiwi, and man, I did not hear the end of that for a while. But yeah, Q-U-E, and now even when I see it, it looks like, Q-U-E. I don't know how I came out with Q-U-E, or Q-U or something. I just didn't know. Okay, let's play again. Press any key to fly home. I flew home. Now I can play it again. As you can see, the writing needs to be a bit more developed. I felt like, that's really what text messages are like, but I didn't get as good of a sense of the story and the characters that I wanted to, but the concept is still really cool, so let's just kind of make this one sound kind of, hey, and I'll be really friendly this time. Hey. Are you in Heathrow right now? The first time I played this, I did this, and I was just like, what is RN? It's right now. Yep, 3-hour overlay, which is awesome! Sounds like it. There's some guy here wearing a trench coat, and he looks like an asshole. What? So, what are you up to? Not much, you? Just thinking about you kind of... Well, I already kind of saw that stuff. I'm in an airport, so also not much. Yeah, right, stupid question. No, it was sweet. So, babe, see, it just kind of cuts. I mean, what is she really going to respond to that? But, maybe she could say, LOL. So, babe, what are you getting me for my birthday? Let's say a puppy. Finally, you're taking hints. I'm pretty sure she says that no matter what you pick. So, how was last night? Because I've said the fucked up hybrid thing, too. So, how was last night? I'd rather not talk about it, to be honest. But we're going to be honest about it. We just don't want to talk about it now because I'd rather talk about it in person. Yeah, see, things got kind of weird. How weird. Robin came on to me strong. Wow, you can just, admit that you, made out with her. That's weird. How strong is strong? Leaning in and touching my hand. Tried to make out with me strong. What? I kind of wanted to say yeah, but, it seems like she's already, mad. She's kind of annoying, I'm being honest, and she's, mad anyway, and, I just said she tried. I didn't say, she's drunk and going through things. It was nothing. Let's just say that. I don't think I've picked that before. It doesn't sound like nothing. I think you two should stop hanging out. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry, I don't want to beat that person, but this is making me hugely uncomfortable. Look, see you when you land, okay? I also wish it would have gone on a little bit more. Like, I really want to... I want more details about what happened with Robin. If you do some of the other routes, you do actually find out something about Robin and her current boyfriend and stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna leave it here. This is about 10 minutes long. It's a good short little video for a little one shot. So go ahead and go play it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty simple, and there's it'll leave you wanting more. It'll feel very thin, but I think this kind of idea could be worked into a much bigger game. Like, you could make an entire game about text messaging, but you could have like kind of different, I guess, levels you would call them, and they would affect the future story, and then you would have the actual interactions with people. But the only time you would actually do any kind of input in the game maybe could be with your phone. Or maybe like you never saw anything but text messages. Kind of like if you've played Digital A Love Story, the entire game plays out pretty much in emails and message board posts. You don't ever actually see any characters or anything, but there's this really deep story in there, and it's really cool and interesting. So maybe a game where that took place in the early internet days. So how about a game that takes place today, and you have a smartphone and you can go through your different apps and stuff, but maybe you don't want to use your data, so you don't go on websites or something. You use really small things, like you could use text, check your email, maybe get notifications, like you could be a little social network thing you could do in there, and the kind of game would play out through that, and the story would kind of write itself based on your choices and who you decided to communicate and stuff like that. So I think this game is itself is not like a huge deal, but I think there's a lot of inspiration you could draw from this game for making other games. Maybe I'll make a game like that after I finish my current game, which is coming along really nicely, but that's for another video, for another day, for another... probably not for YouTube. I'm probably not going to make a lot of dev vlogs. But, yeah. Connecting! It's pretty cool. Definitely go check it out. Maybe I just haven't picked the right stuff, and you can get... maybe I'm kind of coming to bad endings. So maybe you can actually get better endings with more detail. Not necessarily better for you, the character, but more detailed endings if you pick the right things. Maybe like picking the wrong things make her decide she doesn't want to talk to you and she wants to wait until you get there. So your 3 hours could actually have more content stuffed in it based on how you do. So it's cool. Connecting, check the description for a link. I'm going to have to go find it again. I think I probably either found it on GameJolt or itch.io. Itch.io. So, yeah, go to those places, check it out, and until next time, Metapod out!